Applying for VA disability benefits is a pain in the neck, right? Claims consultants out there that will charge you $500 up front or $1,000 up front or $1,500 up front. No one should be charging anyone just to help you fill out a form and get the basic information you need. Hey guys, Andy Gross, Law Office of Andrew P. Gross. 2 bills before Congress today. I know, everyone's favorite topic. It's really exciting, isn't it? What's happening in Congress in Washington, D.C., how a bill becomes a law. Everyone remembers that Schoolhouse Rock video, but this is actually pretty important for all the veterans out there who are applying for VA disability benefits. So stay tuned as we go through this. I'm going to talk a little bit about veteran service organizations and which law out of these 2 I think is the best out of the 2. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about how we can solve problems right here and now without even going down to Washington, D.C. So the problem that we're seeing right now is that applying for VA disability benefits is a pain in the neck, right? It's just a challenge to just get through the forms, know which forms to fill out, filling them out correctly, deciphering the cryptic letters you're getting back from the VA. Quite frankly, they're all a word salad and you don't know what the VA is asking for half the time. Do you file a supplemental claim on a 0995 form or do you file a new claim on a 526 form? It is so confusing. As long as I can remember, going back 100 years, Congress had chartered these organizations called veteran service organizations. And for these veteran service organizations, they have national service officers or service officers who help veterans fill out the paperwork and get together the forms and documents necessary to apply for VA disability benefits. A lot of this information, you can apply for VA disability benefits on your own if you're a veteran. It's not difficult if you know what you're doing. And that's kind of what I've tried to do on my YouTube channel a little bit, is just educate folks about how to go through the process and encourage them to apply for the benefits that they've earned. It's not too challenging once you know what you're doing, but these veteran service organizations and service officers are out there to help the average veteran navigate the system a little bit. Now, the big problem is that there are far many veterans than there are veteran service officers who can take care of them. Well, anyway, this frustration's been ongoing for years. And there are a couple of proposed solutions. And one of the things that's popped up recently are these claims consultants out there that will charge you, 30% of any increase in disability benefits you get going forward, or they'll charge you for $500 up front or $1,000 up front or $1,500 up front. And they might even sell you a Nexus letter for $750 or $1,000 or whatever the price may be without even looking at your claims file to determine if a Nexus letter is truly what is necessary. And as I've said in other videos, a Nexus letter isn't always the answer, but these claims consultants, they're not looking at your claims file. I even saw an ad recently that said, hey, you get to keep all your back pay, which is clearly a dig at lawyers. The reason they're not taking any of your back pay is because they're charging you up front and they're not actually looking for back pay for you. And what I mean by that is they're not going through the claims file. They're not looking for errors that the VA made years ago to get you an earlier effective date. They're just not doing it, and they're charging up front for it as well. Or they're charging a percentage that is 30% of some increase, and they want you to send them documentation. These folks are not accredited by the VA. Technically, what they're doing isn't legal, but there's really no enforcement of this. Because in order to represent somebody before the VA, you have to be accredited by them. In Congress right now, there's the GUARD Act that would criminally penalize these illegal companies. Okay, so the GUARD Act, what they would do is it would prevent companies from charging an illegal fee for veterans just to help them fill out the paperwork. The other thing that it does is it provides more grants and money for the veteran service officers who help veterans fill out these claims for free. Now, if they need an appeal, that's when they can come to an accredited agent or attorney, like I said, such as myself, and that's where we step in, but not until then. The PLUS Act, on the other hand, is not such a great piece of law. It would allow these claims sharks, as they're pejoratively called, to go out and charge upfront fees or ridiculous 30, 40% of increase in benefit fees and all that other stuff to veterans. And that's just not right. If you're filling out a claim on your own, you deserve free help from a county veteran service officer, from a national veteran service organization. What do I recommend you do? I recommend you call your congressman, you call your senator and say, listen, support the GUARD Act, not the PLUS Act. We support the GUARD Act. Here's the second thing you can do. Learn about VA disability benefits and how to help your fellow veteran apply for VA disability benefits. Become an accredited agent. Volunteer for a VSO. Donate to a VSO if you have that money. Ask your VSO to host claims clinics. I love claims clinics. I actually spoke to somebody at the VA and they love claims clinics. Claims clinics are these like meetings, right? They're basically, maybe in a VSO hall, they set up a couple of VA employees and they right then and there look at your claim and figure out what needs to happen and talk to you one-on-one to get your claim processed. You don't always walk out with a decision that day, but one VA representative told me that she got 2 people up to 100% right then and there at the claims clinic itself. And it's great because you can actually talk to this person. So what you can do is join your local VSO, join a VSO, join more than one VSO. I'm a member of a couple, and encourage them to do these claims clinics, encourage them to host these claims clinics. There are 200,000 new veterans every year, so there are plenty of opportunities to help out. You shouldn't have to pay just for an initial application. No one should be charging anyone just to help you fill out a form and get the basic information you need. Support the GUARD Act, get involved with VSOs, donate, and get out there and encourage your fellow vets to apply for the benefits they've earned. With that said, until next time, take care.